Holy Snopes. Good Monday morning to you. If you're joining me live on Facebook or you found me on YouTube, whatever the hell day it is to you or whatever time of the day it is to you, thank you for finding me, and I hope you find my videos encouraging and motivating. I have a little disclaimer to share with you. First of all, this channel is a little bit selfish. And let me explain why. One of the 6 basic human needs is significance. That what you do matters, that what I do matters. So this channel matters to me because it's giving me a bit of significance. That what I do makes a difference and it matters. That life matters, that what I do matters, that what I say matters. So in that aspect, this channel is selfish because it's giving me something. But that's not the entire truth. There's also the truth that I'm also giving away. This channel and the YouTube channel and all of these posts are born from a passion to help people. A passion to help people to break through their relationships, their emotions, their health, their finances. My passion is to instill passion in you and motivation and ultimately strategies to help you figure out your life like I was able to figure out part of my life. It's not like I got it all together. But that is my motivation. It's partly selfish because it adds significance to me, and it's partly selfless because I want to give to you. So it's a give and take. Oh, somebody put in the comments here, what's the goggles about? Oh, no, they didn't? Oh, there's no comments. Okay, well, I'll talk about it anyway since it got brought up. Good morning, Brian. These are rose-colored goggles. I see the world right now through rose-colored lenses. These represent my belief system right now. This represents my thoughts. This represents, basically how I see the world. Can I change these? Absolutely. I could see them through blue-colored lenses. I could see them through yellow-colored lenses. I could see them any way I want. Or I can take them off. And that's how easy it is to change a belief system or to at least question or challenge a belief system. So having said that, this week I'm doing, as you know, or some of you know who have been following, this week I'm talking about money. Now, money's not always an easy subject to talk about. Sometimes money becomes like politics or becomes like religion. People shy away from it. They don't want to talk about it. People that don't have it can be ashamed that they don't have any money. People that do have money can feel a certain way. So the psychology of money all depends on how you view it and your thoughts on it. And so what I've been encouraging you to do from the very beginning is really to challenge your thoughts and your belief systems. What do you think about money? And how do you feel about money? So that's the journey that we're on, is the money train. And the first thing I want to do is I really want to encourage you. I want to stir up motivation. I want to stir up excitement because in my own life, I'm feeling that. The reason I said this morning that, disclaimer that this channel is partly selfish is because it is. I'm getting a reward from this. Every day, I'm continuing to make this a ritual, a routine. I'm pushing myself to new boundaries. I've never done lives to this extent. I created a video once, I think, maybe twice back in the day. It flopped. I didn't really care for it. It wasn't what I thought. But I don't know that I really went live. And so this is a new challenge for me, and I'm pushing myself. And it really came out of a period of my life of this winter season where I was just sick and tired of being where I was. I was tired of feeling the depression and going through the loneliness and the sadness and the loss. And so I'm changing. I'm creating new routines. I'm changing my belief system. Prior to this, through the winter season, I was really viewing life as, what's the point? What's the point if I have to deal with all this pain and suffering? And you might feel that today, not just with a lot of things in your life, but maybe particularly money. Maybe money is one of the biggest stressors in your life, causing pain and heartache and anxiety and pressure. And so I want to help get you to a place where you understand that money can be freedom. It can be a place of choices. So I really want to start with just motivation. I want to continue with motivation. You got this. You can do this. Once you get the excitement and once you get the motivation, then we can start talking a little bit of strategies. Yesterday, we talked a little bit about strategy. I want to talk a little bit about the money machine today. Maybe an interesting concept you've never heard about. So I'll bring that up towards the end of the video. But this really falls back on the belief systems and also the blueprint. How you see your world, how you're building your life, what you're building your life around. And so it's very important that when we're talking about money, you take a moment to really challenge what your blueprint is, what you're building your life around when it comes to finances or your financial stability. Because everything we create comes from a thought first. You don't create something until you have a blueprint for it. It's just naturally what we do. So in the deepest parts of your mind, you might find that you have a blueprint that you've been working on, and it may not necessarily be a blueprint that is something you want to. It might be outdated. It might be. It might need to be challenged. So that's part of what this channel is too, is to challenge you, not just motivate you, but challenge you to consider that. Some of my old biblical days, one of the Bible verses that came to mind this morning when I was kind of studying and rehearsing was, as a man thinketh, so his heart will be. And that is such a good verse, full of wisdom, because you find yourself thinking that you don't have anything, you're poor, you've always been this way, you grew up this way. As long as you continue to think that way, you will be that way. Because remember, what we think, we then create. One of the things I want to challenge you with money is leaving scarcity behind. And moving towards a life of abundance. And right when I say that, what's your first reaction when you hear that? Do you immediately cringe and say, maybe I'm comfortable with scarcity. Maybe I've made a bed and lay with scarcity. That's okay if that's what you want. Absolutely. I'm not challenging you to do something that you don't want to do. But if you're watching this and you enjoy the content, or you've looked this up on YouTube, chances are you probably want to change something about the way you think or about the way that you see the world. You maybe have these rose-colored glasses on, and maybe it's time for a blue set or a yellow set. Change it up. Challenge it. Remember, when I talked about belief systems in my prior videos, I said that what you question will come to the forefront of your mind. So when we're talking about belief system, questioning those belief systems will force those things to come forward and force you to confront that. Sorry, probably getting a little bit of wind. I can hear it blowing through here. Not as bad as the other days, but man, what another beautiful, gorgeous day out here. I tell you, I shouldn't say rain or shine, because a couple videos back when it was raining, I did my treadmill. But even when it's cold or hot, I am making this a routine and, something that, a ritual that I'm going to be doing every day for my own mental health. This is positive for me. This is helpful for me. So I hope it does the same thing for you. But I mentioned earlier about Money Machine. Financially, there are, and we talked about this last night on my live on Facebook. We talked a little bit about stocks, and we talked a little bit about real estate. The Money Machine is where you trade your most precious commodity, time, because we only have 24 hours a day and we have a limited amount of time before we end up passing away and the next generation is born and takes over. But you have a limited amount of time, so that makes that a rare, precious resource. And so what do we do with that time? We trade it for money. That's called work. It's called a job. It's understandable. We all do it. It's important. It gives us significance. It creates connections, love and connections in our lives with coworkers or other people. So it's important to have a job to a certain extent. There is a higher level beyond that. Because after that, after the information that you, when you learn, or when you focus on that, when you bring significance, or you bring you give to somebody and create a what's the word I'm looking for? When you find a need and you fill that need, you become important in somebody's life. And so when you create that, you can also use that same principle to then create money, income, right? So right now, I am reaching an audience. I'm trying to reach people. But eventually, what I want to do is I want to bring income from this. When I start a podcast and I start putting more time and more energy into it, I can reach more people. And I can be compensated for that so that I can make a life and a routine out of getting more information and more knowledge, more motivation to give to more people. So you see, once I've created more for people, I have an opportunity to put myself before a larger group of audience, which will then bring in more income or more money. And I can't be, as much as there's a little bit in me that's like, that's kind of cringy to talk about. That's how money can be. It can be cringy, but think about it. If you provide value to somebody, you should be compensated back for that, whether it's significance, that what you do matters, or monetary gain, whatever the situation. Life is always a give and take, an ebb and flow, mountains and valleys. It's all part of life. Hi, Aaron. What's up, cuz? Just walking out here at Pikes Peak, and we switch gears from human psychology now to money for this week, but also adding in the psychology of money. You know, why we believe what we believe, why we do what we do, how we view money. And so that's kind of where we're at with today's video. But just understand that you are creating a blueprint for money and for finances. And your belief system really has to do with where you are in life today. And I encourage you to challenge that. Because if that is, if you find yourself unhappy or just not fulfilled, challenge that. And whenever you question something or challenge something, you tend to come up with the answer or find the answer. But this money machine that I'm talking about is, once you trade your time for money, you then kind of come up to a higher level and realize, or the next level is to realize that money, instead of trading time for money, you can learn to trade money for money. So you work hard, you figure out a way to get money, and then you use that money to invest. Whether you invest in people's lives, like I'm trying to do now, or you invest in a business, like I've done with real estate, or you invest in stocks, which I have done in the past, a little bit of cryptocurrency, playing around with. you can use that money. And once you reach a critical mass, once you've got enough money invested into something, whatever that thing is, it will have a critical mass. And what that means is there's enough in there to now make you money. And so at some point, that critical mass keeps working to bring income. And at some point, you no longer will have to work. Technically, there's still time and energy you have to put into things. But you no longer have to traditionally work and spend your time for money. Or it could be a situation like I'm having with you folks, where my time, I'm doing something that I'm absolutely loving. I enjoy coming out here and making these videos. I enjoy the comments. I enjoy you guys that are showing up every day and supporting me. And it's a two-way relationship. I'm helping you with something and you're helping me with something. Remember, I said significance. And so that money machine will then create an income for you, hopefully for life. You can draw off those dividends, or you can draw off of that that interest, or whatever you put it into. And remember, money isn't just always, rich isn't just always money. Sometimes it's wealth. And like I've already said several times here, for me, wealth is much greater, because from these videos, getting significance, reaching out to people, hearing their stories, that makes me happy. It makes me more motivated. It makes me more passionate. And then I can spill that over and keep giving that back. That is wealth. Because I could have enough money and be happy. Does my lifestyle reflect that? If I lost my job or quit my job, could I sustain that? Those are all important questions to ask, because it's your life. Remember the river of life? Everyone's floating down it. And we all have a paddle, a sail, a rudder. We all can control the direction we want to go with our life. And so just another encouraging video this morning for you. And I hope that it motivates you and gets you excited about the future and happy again to talk about life and to talk about goals and to challenge some of your belief systems. So with that being said, challenge yourself today. And what glasses or what lens are you looking through today? Tonight, I'm going to go live again. That kind of seems to be the thing that people are enjoying. I'm going to go live again tonight at 5:30, back on my scheduled time from yesterday. And we'll discuss more about this video. We'll discuss more about plans for your money, plans for you. I hope to hear from some of you in some discussion about what about this video helped you or encouraged you, and what kind of belief systems you're working with that you might want to challenge. So, as always, I appreciate you joining me for this walk and this talk. And I'm going to go step it up, jog, and move it into a little bit of a run. So, wish me luck. I hope to see you tonight. As always, I love you guys. Make it a great day.